guys, I am back with a new video. I am so excited. I made a witch's shack, and I'm very excited to share this project with you. I really am wanting you all to try to make this because it was fun and it was easy. It looked a lot harder and more complicated than it really is. It really was easy, and it was cheap to make. And I know some of these houses at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and places like that that sell all these beautiful things for Halloween can be pricey. Sometimes they can be anywhere from $50 to $100, but I made this for $18. And I think it's well worth it because it's something that you can keep every year for Halloween and put it out, and you can enjoy the fact that you made it and designed it the way that you wanted to. And it's something that you can keep and pass down to your kids. You can make multiple, you can make a whole town if you want. And I think that you're gonna love this project if you give it a chance and give it a try. I know it's a long video. I'm gonna probably break it up into 2 parts, but I hope that you'd stick there with me and just, fast forward if you need to get through parts. But I really want you to make this with me as I'm making it. Why don't you get all the ingredients that you need to make it and make it along with me? And I think that you will have a fun time doing that. All right, I made a list of everything that I needed. Everything that you might already have is on one list at home. Things that most people already have, and things that you would need that maybe you don't have. I have 2 different lists. And so if you would need every single thing on there, I'm talking about a glue gun and scissors and things like that, plus all the other things that I needed to make this. It would cost $28 to make this. And I believe that that is a bargain because, like I said, those houses in the stores are very expensive. And most people have half or more of the things that I'm going to say on this list. Unless you're a man, then I don't know. Maybe a man would have nail polish. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm going to read you the list of some things that maybe you have, maybe you don't. Okay, so for this project, you're going to need a ruler, an X-Acto knife, a pair of scissors, some paint brushes, a glue gun and glue sticks, and E6000, which you can get at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Dollar General, Family Dollar, probably Home Depot, not certain about that. But any place like that, you can get it. If you don't want to use E6000, that's optional. You can just use your glue gun, but I suggest that you use the E6000 because of what we did to the house to get the boards to look old. It's a lot stronger than glue. And one thing that you got to remember about glue is that in the summertime when things heat up, and if your house is in a very hot place, like if it gets very hot inside your house, things that are stuck together with glue can sometimes come apart, and you don't want to go putting all this effort into making this house and then it starts to fall apart on you. You want to use something that's going to stay together. So that's why I recommend the E6000, but you don't have to use it. Like I said, you can just use glue if that's what your heart desires. You're going to need a bottle of black paint, a bottle of white paint, a bottle of brown paint, and a bottle of gray paint. But you can make the gray paint by mixing a little bit of the white and a little bit of the black together, and you wouldn't have to buy the gray paint. Okay, you'll need a bottle of red nail polish and a bottle of clear top coat nail polish. So these are things that I would think that most people already have. But if you don't, that whole list just costs $10. And you can find all of this at Dollar Tree. Okay, now on to the things that we need to make this creepy house back here. Okay, sticks from your yard. They're smaller sticks, right? So you're going to need a bunch of those. And if you live in an apartment or something, you can always go for a nature walk somewhere at a park and just pick up some sticks off the ground that fell off trees. Or you can go to like a friend's, a mom's, a dad's, somewhere like that, and take some of their sticks from their yard or their trees. Let's see, we need 2 packs of batteries for our lights, and they're going to both need to be AA's. We're going to need 2 packs of popsicle sticks, and we're going to need the tongue depressor size, not the skinny popsicle stick size, because we're going to use those for boards on our house. We're going to need 2 bottles of Elmer's green glitter glue. If your store doesn't sell that, don't worry. You can always use the kids' play slime. That would be in the toy aisle, and it'll be the same thing. We're going to need 1 pack of orange lights, and we're going to need 1 white foam board. We're going to need 1 purple tube light. We're going to need 2 light up witches. And don't worry if you don't have the same ones that I do. I have one from last year, one from this year. If you can't find the one from last year, or even if you can't find the one from this year, depending on what your Dollar Tree has out, don't worry about it. You can use 2 of the same witches and everything will be just fine. You can use any other light up creature that you want to put in there too, if you don't want to put witches, but really it's a witch's shack, so that's why I put witches in there. But you can put as many in there as you want. If you want more than 2, then be my guest. Also, you're going to need a bag of spider web, and they come in a variety of colors now. You can get them in orange, purple, black, white. I have white on this one, but you can use whatever color you want. I got one black creepy cloth, but they do have those also in a variety of colors, like gray and white with red to simulate blood. But I just used the black to make it look creepier, more run down. I got one pack of assorted bugs and creatures. I got this little pack from Dollar Tree, and it had like a green skeleton in, and orange spiders, and white flies, and cockroaches, and millipedes, and all sorts of little goodies in there. And they had that over by, like, in the front part, well, it might not be in the front part of your store, but in the section where they have, like, you know, the little stamps for kids, and, you know, I would say goodie bag things for Halloween for kids. That's where I found that. A pack of cauldrons, which they are selling right now, and they come in, I think it is a 5-pack, and you're going to need a pack of those. You're going to need a bag of skulls, of the little mini skulls that look like this. Okay, and you're going to need a pack of bats, and they do have those in black and purple. I chose black, but you can choose whatever color you want. And that is our entire list, and you can add to it, you can take away from it, you can do whatever you want. It's your house and your project, and you can add whatever you want to it. But I really think that you should join me on this project and make your Halloween house. And let's get started. I am super excited to show you how this was made. All right, I love you guys. I hope you stay tuned. Happy Halloween. Guys, I'm back with another project. I'm super excited to get into this one because I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to turn out cool. And you're going to want to make it, and you're going to want to keep this for Halloween. All right, so what we're going to be making today is a witch's hut, or a witch's house, whatever you want to name yours. But this is what we're going to do. Okay? I'll tell you everything you're going to need. You're going to need a hot glue gun. You're going to need some cobwebs, green, white, whatever your choice. Some scissors, some paint, black paint, white paint, brown paint, gray paint. Okay, because this is for their hut, so it's going to be dark colors because we wanted to make it look run down. There's some glittery green Elmer's glue at Dollar Tree. All of these things minus the paint came from Dollar Tree. Okay, and you can get the paint at Walmart really cheap, and they also sell acrylic paint at the Dollar Tree. If you don't have the money to go to Walmart to get it, they do sell white and black and brown acrylic paint there, and you can make gray by mixing white and black together. Okay, so don't worry about that if all hope is not lost. But I have 2 bottles of this. I have a little mini bag of skulls. I have some random eyeballs. This part's really up to you. Any kind of bugs, eyeballs, little bones, creepy crawlies, glow-in-the-dark critters, anything like that that you want to add. That's up to you. You choose what you want to add to it. You can add as much or as little as you want. But the bugs are going to be to decorate the house. They're going to be crawling all over their little house and in their pot. Okay, we're going to need some sticks from outside. These are all just random sticks from outside. I have a little cauldron, which was a pot from St. Patrick's Day. No, was it St. Patrick's Day? Yes, that I got last year. And so I kept them and figured out I'll be able to use them sooner or later. But I do believe they have things at the Dollar Tree right now that you could use for a little pot. I have a witch from last year, which I had an idea for her for something, but I am going to do that idea, but not with her because I just came up with this idea. And this is this year's witch. I'm going to use both of them together in the same little hut. So, if you don't have last year's witch and you only have this year's witch, don't worry. And if you want 2 witches, just get 2 of the one from this year, or go to a different store. Maybe Walmart has a different one that you can get cheap, or Dollar General, or Family Dollar, someplace like that. If not, just use 2 of these. It doesn't matter. All right. Then you're going to need a bunch of popsicle sticks, and you're going to need at least 3 packs of these long wooden planks. Okay, and they come 6 pieces in one of these pouches. So I have 3 pouches here, but I have actually a 4th one over there just in case I make any mistakes. I also have a pack of the square wooden planks, and we're only going to need 4 of those for right now. And then you're going to need one of the battery LED lights. I think they're LED lights. They're just light up lights, I guess. I don't know. These orange colored lights from Dollar Tree. Okay? It has to be orange. Do not get the white ones. Very important that it's orange. Okay? And you're definitely going to need some either wax paper or parchment paper, because not only are we going to be painting, so it's going to make a mess everywhere on your surface, but also we may need to let the glue dry and let it spill out of the little pot to make it look like it's overflowing. So I don't want it to ruin your table. So what I'm going to do is just going to lay down a piece of parchment. That's my favorite thing to use for baking and crafting. It helps me not make a giant mess everywhere. Yes, I will fix that camera angle because it's not good right now. I need to fix this a little bit. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I feel like you're miles away, but we're going to go with it. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is glue our 4 planks together to make the base of a witch's house. So you're going to want to do this. I'm going to just use some hot glue gun. Maybe I'm just going to, you know what, I think I'm going to do some E6000 on this one. And we're going to have to let it dry overnight. We're also going to make the walls right away too, because I think the E6000 is going to hold better. And then we're going to paint this. We got to get going because this project is going to take a little bit to do. All right. It's going to be well worth it once we're done. If you like this project, I have another project after this I think you're going to love too. All right, there's our 4 pieces together. We're going to have to leave those together to dry. All right, these are open. So I know so far the back side of the house, back here, we're going to need 3 planks together. So I'm just going to glue 3 planks together, just side by side, just like I did with that. And I'm going to let that dry. And then we're going to need 4 planks together for each side, because we are going to do a side. And we're also going to make a roof. It's going to be like a little quick roof, but we're going to do a roof too. So essentially we're building a little house right now. This stuff can get messy because sometimes when you're not squeezing, it just is running out. That's why I say definitely want to put something down. Try to make sure that you get them as even as possible. Alright? Now, I'm just going to get another piece of parchment out. Remove some of my tools here. Because we're going to do some more of our walls. This is tinfoil. Maybe my parchment go. Alright, so we're going to do 4 together. So that means I need to open another package already. When I first bought these wood planks, I had no idea what I was going to do with them. I had an idea that they were going to be useful for something, but at first I didn't know exactly what that something was going to be. But I've got it all figured out now. Just try to make sure you get everything centered as best as you can, even as you can. Alright, now we're going to need to do 4 of these together, just in a straight row. we're definitely going to have to come back to this tomorrow because it's going to need some time to dry, and then we're going to have to glue this all together, and it's going to need even more time to dry. I mean, the popsicle sticks I'm using for like wood planks on the outside of the house, those, I think, you know, we could put on with some glue, just regular old hot glue. But I want at least the base of the house to be pretty sturdy and not fall apart. I don't want to use hot glue because I know I've made wreaths and other projects, and when things get hot or warmed up in your house, especially this summer because this summer was just brutal, but when things get warmed up that are made with hot glue, even if they are together amazingly well, it doesn't matter. And they've been, you know, say you've had it in your house for 4 years and it's glued together so great. When you first did it, you did extra care to make sure that it was glued so well. It just takes one hot day, you know, and the glue can come apart. So I just want to make sure that the base of our house here, that we're going to go through all this trouble to make this, it's not going to fall apart. So that's why I want to use E6000. You can get that at Dollar General, I believe, Family Dollar, Walmart, you know, places like that. All right, so we're going to need another set of 4 together. And this is going to take up quite a bit of room, so make sure you have a good amount of space to leave these lay out and dry for a while. I'm just going to put this right like this. And I'm just going to glue my next ones. I was really worried about this year because they didn't seem to have very many new items out at Dollar Tree for Halloween, and I wanted to make some new Halloween decor. I know last year we did the Night of the Living Dead with the Legos, we did the sugar skulls, we did the zombie gnomes, I did the bride and groom, I did some spider wreaths, I did some other light up wreaths with the solar lights that they had that were the witch. I haven't seen them out yet this year at my Dollar Tree, but maybe they'll come out soon. I'm sure they're not done, anywhere near done putting out Halloween stuff, because it's only August, so it's nearing the end. We're almost done with August, but you know, there's still time for them to put plenty out. I'm going to take this and shove it on top of the one I already did. There's not enough room over here. And like I said, this stuff takes up a bit of room. Just you got to make sure that this stuff is exactly how you want it once you get it laid out. Because when it dries, the stuff, it dries. Alright. I don't think the parchment's going to stick together to the bottom one, so I'm hoping not. We'll find out. I'm not going to peel it off tomorrow. Alright, so we're going to let that dry. We're going to let all of these dry. I think I want to do another set of 3 with one on the top for the roof. Now the roof is going to have a hole in it. It's either going to have a hole in it, or we can make like some kind of little fake chimney for it out of cardboard, or we can see if we can break one of these planks. I don't know how sturdy these are going to be, but maybe possibly we could break one of these planks. I'm opening the 3rd pack of these, and I'm going to need 4 out of here. We're going to make the roof. So we have 4 squares together. We have 3 of the rectangle planks together, and then we have 2 sets of 4 of the rectangle planks together. Now this is going to be more rectangle planks, but we're going to do 3 together in the front and then 1 behind in the back. And you're going to see that it's not going to be long enough. It's just going to be a hair short. If I can show you that, you're going to have These three are going to be together. And you're going to glue them all together. And then you're going to take this one and you're going to glue it in the front. And this is going to be our roof. Okay, but as you can see, there's this little area right here that's missing. So I'm saying we could either, you know, we could use this as the back and put like a little fake chimney there, which I think is a pretty decent idea, so that we don't have to waste any more plank. But let's glue these together. We're going to need some room here. I'm going to need this to move. Alright, now we're just going to glue these together. I just got done binge watching the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Now when this show first came out, I watched it because I love anything zombies. I was not thrilled with the very first 2 seasons. It was not really piquing my interest all that much. It did get better if you hang in there and you watch it from the beginning and you think, this kind of not anything that I want to watch. Just hang in there because it does get way better, and they have some of the characters from Walking Dead actually in there, and it makes the storyline a lot better. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but someone does, someone very valuable, someone who I really love and I hope is okay, at the end of season 5, the last episode, I believe it was 16, gets shot, and no, if this person does not make it, I'm going to be so sad. Alright, okay, so the other thing we're going to need to do, have all our parts glued together, is we're going to take our cauldron, and we're going to open our glue, and we're going to pour it in to the cauldron. This is going to take a bit to dry because it's all glue, and we're going to fill this whole cauldron with glue. And yes, the glue will dry hard. I could use silly putty, not silly putty, what is that? It's like that goopy stuff. It's like snot that you get out of like the bubblegum machines. I could use that stuff, but that stuff does dry up too. I just thought this was cool and it had glitter in it. It was a buck, so why not? Oh, that'll take a lifetime. We're going to open this up because I don't feel like sitting here. Okay, I'm going to turn this bottle upside down so all the glue runs down. I'm going to shove it in there. And I'm just going to continue pouring it in with the second one. Alright, we got our glue to the top of the cauldron. I don't know if I'll be able to show you very good, but there it is. Alright. I'm just going to bang it on the table lightly, because what I'm doing is trying to release any air bubbles that are in there. Now what you can do is, if you want to put any kind of creatures in there, any kind of eyeballs, any kind of, I'm going to put one of these goopy, gooey eyeballs in there. And I have some bugs. I have a bag of bugs over here. I'm going to look in here and see some orange spiders. This cockroach is pretty freaking big. I don't want to, what is this? Fly, that is orange. Spider. I have a spider. I have a couple of these eyeballs here that I can put in. Also, I have hold on, guys. I have the bats, and you know, Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat. well just take one of your little guys and sacrifice them. That's what I'm going to do. They pull off the cliff really easily. Let me see if I can just cut it with a scissor. It's extremely difficult to cut with the scissor. Let's see how it goes with the snips. Wow. Alright, let me see if I can cut it out from the outer part. But they really made these bats good, didn't they? Oh, there it goes. There we go. You just had to bend it back and forth like a crazy person. Alright, so we're going to put the wing of bat in there. I think I only want one eyeball in there. We got a spider, we got an eyeball, we got a bat. Okay, here's our little bucket. And that is going to just sit there to dry. Alright? This glue might shrink down when it dries. If it does, we're just going to add the rest of the bottles that we have here. Not the rest, but we're going to top it off. Alright, and that is about all we can do for tonight. Tomorrow's a new day. And tomorrow, we are going to be painting all of this stuff. And we're going to be, well, first we got to slap it together. We got to glue it all together. Then we can paint. But we got to turn it into a house first, which we're going to do that tomorrow. And we might have to do this over the next couple days to see if it can dry, because the roof is going to be fine, but getting the floor and the walls all together, it might take another day to do. I don't know how fast E6000 will dry, but I like to give it extra time to make sure that it's set, and I know that it's set. Alright, so I will see you tomorrow for some more crafting. We are back. It's the next day, and our pot of glue is still tacky. I touched it and it's still oozy goozy, so that's got to dry some more. Our planks are set. Okay, they're all solid together. So now comes the fun part of where we have to try to get this thing to stay still. Alright, so if I can get this open for my pliers now. I'll get you, my pretty. Aha. Alright, so we're gonna do E6000 and along the edge of 3 edges of the bottom with the squares, the 4 squares on. That is going to be our floor. Alright. Now I only did 3 sides, okay? So first you're going to put this one here. If you have little gaps, don't worry, we're going to fix them with popsicle sticks and all of that. Alright, so we can stick a little glue on a corner up here. You are going to have like a seam that's not connected, but like I said, don't worry, we can fix it with popsicle sticks. And this piece I got to be a little bit gentler with because alright, so this is what we got so far. See, the inside got a little bit of gap there. That's okay, because one, it's a witch's castle. It's a witch's house, so it's not supposed to be all beautiful, okay? And 2, we have popsicle sticks, so don't worry, we'll fix it, We just gotta prop this stuff up. I'm just gonna put a little glue on the top of this part. Okay, so what you're gonna do, so it doesn't keep doing that, is you're gonna get stuff like, I don't know, bottles and all that kind of good stuff and make sure that this is up against it as best as it can be. Okay? I'm just going to put a bottle on the inside too to kind of keep this wall up straight. Alright, then we're going to take this. Maybe do we want to wait for the roof, huh? I think maybe we should wait for the roof. But anyway, here's what we're going to do with the roof. See, we're just going to put the roof on just like this. Right? And there's your little witch's hut, house, den, whatever you want to call it. And then, see my planks? I think we could even glue another one on here. We probably could have. And I'm going to see if I can break a piece that will fit here. So how I'm going to measure that is, I'm going to put it up here like this, and I'm going to get a pencil. And I'm going to draw where there we go, just like that. See, we're measuring it. I went a little over because I'm going to cut in front of the line. Now I've got to figure out what's going to cut this. I'm going to try scissors. I don't think scissors is going to work, although you never know. Believe it or not, it is starting to crack it, but here's my X-Acto knife. I just scored the line with my X-Acto. And now all I'm doing is pushing. It should break. Feels like it's going to crack, so I'm going to go take my X-Acto knife and run back over the line again. Let's show you this thing's in the knife. Let's see if I can show you this way. Hold on. This glue bottle's in the way. Alright, I'm just taking my X-Acto knife and I'm just going over the line that I made. This has got to stay together. All right. There it goes. We're just going to take our scissors, pop all these little bits off. You don't need them. All right, so then I can add cutting that part off. So a pair of scissors to get it started, and then an X-Acto knife to like kind of score the line, and then just push it a little bit, and then score it again. Like I scored it 3 times, you saw, and then I pushed and it broke. No big deal. Okay, so we can put this on here now, like this. We're gonna just glue this part on too. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit. Don't worry about that. Alright, so we're going to add to this. We're going to glue the other pieces onto this. I'm just going to move some of this stuff back. I'll set our cauldron in here. I'm just going to move this stuff out of my way a little bit. And whatever does not want to stay with the E6000, we will get to stay with hot glue. As a matter of fact, if you want to go alongside the inside seams with your E6000, that might not be a bad idea. So just take this, I'll turn it this way so you can see what I'm doing, and then just run it along the bottom seam that the wall and the floor connect. let that dry. Do all the sides like that. I'm just going to put the lid on this because it just keeps oozing out. Alright, so I'm just trying to think here, guys, what I want to do. Have this covered, and then this front's going to be opened. So this is going to be part of the roof here, like this. I'm just trying to talk this out in my head here. And then this is going to go on to the other. Oh, there's no small piece. Like this. So this is all going to be enclosed. And then it's like we're peeking into the witch's house. I was going to put a wall here, but then you're not going to see everything, so no. I'm just going to leave it open. All right. Now I'm going to move this back over here. And like I said, don't worry about this gap back here. We're going to fix it. It's going to be fine. We're going to fix it with popsicle sticks. I'm just trying to make sure that it dries even. All right, so then I'm just going to get my parchment paper that I had, peeled this off, and I'm just going to add the pieces on the end that I need. Okay, so it was like this. So I'm going to add this big piece here, and then a little piece here. Now if you want to try to make it smaller, because this is a little bit bigger, I want it a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can do it with my snips easier. Let's see. You can break pieces off with your snips better, but it's going to be jaggedy. There's my ruler. I just want to see how much do I have to actually snip off for it to be even. I'm just measuring here, guys. I'm just putting it up against the other piece. Let me move you back a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just holding this small piece up over here by the roof, and see wherever this crease is here, that's where I'm going to make my line, and that's how much I know how much is left to crack off of this piece so it matches up the correct way. Since I made mine a little extra big. There's the line. Alright. So now that is all I have to take off of this piece. Alright. So I'm just going to chip away at this. And you can put the part that you ripped, or that you used your scissors on or whatever, you can make that the outer part and put the smooth finished edge that you didn't cut against the other part. Alright, so I'm just going to trim it with my scissors, get all the little gnarly bits off. The fun part's going to be when we start to paint. And we start to get all the goodies inside here. Alright, so there's my piece Okay, it's gonna go on, the roof is gonna go on with this part for the chimney in the back. That's gonna be back here. Okay? So then you're gonna just add this little piece that you cut with the cut part out here, and another full plank here. So you'll have 4, and then this little piece. All right, and that's gonna be your roof. I just didn't know how big to make it, so we got it now. So here's the glue. We're gonna glue this on, and we're gonna let it dry. Okay, perfect. That came out to be the perfect size. All right, oopsie. And then we have our popsicle sticks. That's going to be like our wood on our house here. So we're going to figure out how we're going to put them on. Do we want them straight up and down? Do we want them the long way? How do we want to do that? And you'll need a pair of snips for this, because you can snip the ends of these off. And there are 2 different size popsicle sticks they do have at Dollar Tree. One is bigger than the other. One's more like tongue depressor size, and the other is more like popsicle stick size. So I'm thinking probably going to use the tongue depressor size, because it's going to get done quicker. I'll put this back in the middle. And I'm thinking, you know, we're just going to paint this all black, and then we're going to come back with these and just like glue them on like a little shack would look. I have the vision in my head, guys. I know it's hard for me to explain it. Hopefully it comes out the way that I'm thinking it's gonna. We'll see. If it does, I have another one of these projects in mind. A different one that maybe you'll enjoy. The other project that I have in mind, if this one turns out right and we get this house together, the next one's kind of funny. I have a great idea for the next one. So let's hope this works out so we can get to the next project. But that's it for right now. I'm gonna pause this. We're gonna let this all dry, and once this is all dried, then we're going to come back and paint everything black. And I'm just going to leave the roof off so we can paint the inside easier. I can still paint the inside if I glue the roof on, but it's just going to make it harder for myself. So in order not to make anything harder for myself or for you guys, I'm going to leave the roof off. We're letting it dry, and we're going to come back and we're going to get painted. We're going to coat it all in black, and then we can start the next step. All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit.